Hello everyone, it's Tilly from Tilly Journals, and I am here to memory plan the month of February in my Erin Condren Vertical Neutral Life Planner using this February monthly kit from Plannerface. I do PR for Plannerface, so I get a discount for promoting her stickers, but it also means you can use Tilly10 to save. I have my usual stickers pulled out. I seem to have so much more to mark than in January, which is interesting. I also have pulled out, and I haven't pulled out something I want actually, I've got my hexagons just for that white, little bit of white space. I've got some foil overlays and some dividers from my shop too, and at some point I will pull out the tiny hearts from my shop too. I have this selection of washi tape. These ones are all simply gilded. This one is a random one that was in one of like the bargain shops in the UK. As you can tell, I am using gold foil with this, and that's about all there is to say to start off with. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to pop down the decorative sidebar, the day top of the thing cover up, and the days not in the week. Now, February started on a Saturday. Yeah, so that's what we're going to do. So that was a very counterintuitive way of doing that, but it meant my spacing was correct, because I don't know if you watched my January, but I got my spacing a bit off and I wasn't very happy with it. So that way it like fixed my spacing problems. So yeah, lots of Tipex required. So that is all of that. The next thing to mark in is any like long-term events. So over this weekend I went to Cambridge. Over the next weekend my sister came to see us and my granny, and then the weekend after onwards my family were away. So I'm just going to mark all of those in. They came home on the 29th. So to mark these things, I've got one of each of the three types of flags in the kit. So I've got a chunky, like standard-ish flag, I've got a long but skinny flag, and I've got a tiny flag which is like a date flag, square as well. And I've just got some stickers to pull out to mark these things. So I've got like this family little thing to mark my parents been away. I've got a little kitty which reminds me of Felix there, and then this to mark being at my sister's. So that's from Once More With Love, and the other two are from Fox and Cactus, these two. So the first, I managed to come home during an on-call shift, which pretty much never happens, but the child and adolescent mental health unit were being super annoying, so I'm also going to mark that. So I'm just going to pull two different size of appointment labels. So I was on call on the first at work, so that's what they're for, and I should actually probably pull these things up to the top, because if I want to fit a full box in somewhere it's going to be top down, isn't it? That's to mark that I got home during my on-call, and that's to mark the annoyance at camps. On the Sunday, what I want to mark is my grandpa was like stealing food off my plate after we had told him not to. I just have no words. Like, it was just been him, but it was quite annoying. So I'm just going to use that there. On the 3rd, my boyfriend got a rejection letter about the job he'd been applying for, and also one of my colleagues was back at work. It was just nice to have a colleague, see somebody again, you know, that sort of thing. He's okay about the job rejection now. He decided he probably didn't actually want to do that job anyway. I don't know whether you guys know how medicine jobs work. Let me just talk a little bit about that. But basically, there is one lot of applications a year essentially for training posts. No, that's a lie. There are 2, and there's sometimes a re-advert as well. So this was for like the first round, and some jobs only have 1 round, so he'd applied for anaesthetics and that's what he got the rejection from that day. And there's only 1 round for that at all. But things like medicine, which is like core medical training, I don't know whether that means a bit more to people, that has 2 rounds this time of year, and then GP has 2 rounds this time of year, as well as another round later in the year for a February start, because most jobs start in August, and everybody applies in the same way to the same place, and then people, based on the applications and stuff, they then assign you a job if they find you appointable. And the problem was that he wasn't found appointable for anaesthetics, basically because his portfolio wasn't good enough, because essentially they want you to already have 2 degrees when applying to essentially an entry-level anaesthetics job, which isn't ideal, but yeah, no. I've just realised this is wrong. We actually went to my sister's on the 5th. So yeah, it's a national application system for jobs, and then you essentially rank parts of the country, or for medicine jobs. So I've spent the last however long ranking 1,500 medical jobs, and I scored, my ranking is lower than 1,500, again because I don't have another degree or any research or anything. So that means that it just depends whether people have ranked everywhere in the country as to whether I get a job. So yeah, it's a bit weird because you can only apply this 1 time a year, so actually rejection is a massive deal, where it's like it is a big deal in other jobs, but not quite the same extent, if you know what I mean. I hope some of that made some sense, because I feel like I just blabbered forever about not a lot. There are a lot of things I want to mark on this day, and I'm not sure I'm going to fit them all in. And that should be the other way around, really. Oh. So yeah, he got rejected for anaesthetics. He has also applied for radiology, which he's been found appointable for, but his ranking is again lower than lower than the amount of jobs there are. So yeah, so I think because I have too much to mark on this day, I'm going to use this tiny flag for that, and then for my road trip, rather than like actually write anything in, I'm just going to use a foiled hexagon with my road trip logo on, like my thing, and that can just on its own mean travel, because I mean you don't really need to clarify that means travel, do you? I feel like my hexagon and the character should be the other way around though. See if I can peel these apart. So yeah, let me know down below if my really confusing explanation didn't make sense. This is what happens if you peel stickers off the foiled hexagons, by the way. They do not peel very well off because foil is not designed to be put through being pulled off by other stickers. So it's a really confusing application process unless you're like doing it, and it doesn't really make sense to people, because even other doctors are like, oh, so which region have you applied to? And it's like, you don't really apply for a region, you apply for a training pathway. So it's a bit like, if the people that have used it don't even get it, how is anybody else supposed to? But oh well, it is what it is, isn't it? Oh god, I hate that phrase. Oh, it is what it is. Of course it's what it is, by definition. So I'm trying to tell you where stickers are from as I go along, just so that I don't have to run through it all at the end. And I'll tell you what all these things I've marked. But I think I've been pretty bad at that so far, haven't I? So Saturday, the house is from JD's Crafts, and that's to mark that I actually managed to get home during my on-call shift, which very rarely happens. The Steve is a Christian Designs at Michael sticker drawn by Cindy Gunterboldo. The hexagons are obviously all my own, and the grandpa on the second is from Coffee Monster's coat, and that's to mark that my grandpa was stealing food. Sorry, I've been telling stories, so I haven't really been keeping up with what I meant to be saying. The foiled stethoscope on Monday is from Premium Matte on Premium Matte Problems. Sorry. Is from Diamond Print Designs. That was a custom, I think. This is from Colourful & Co. The trefoil, which is to mark we had a new leader at Guides, that is from my shop, except I don't actually offer it in the shop, but I made it. The Had a Shit Day is Pickle Planner, and that sort of speaks for itself. That's what that's for. The Birthday Steve, Party Steve, is again Christiana Designs at Michael's, and that is to mark my dad's birthday. This Roll Eyes is to mark my granny being a bit rough whilst we were trying to leave to go to my sister's. Sorry, I'm trying to decide what to do on the 7th. This is from Coffee Monster's coat, and that's to mark travelling down to my sister's. That's not what it wants to be on that sticker. I'm going to need to use undo. The girls, I've already said what they're for. The haircut sticker is to mark a haircut, obviously, and that's from Christiane Designs at Michael's as well. Sticky acorn stickers do not like to come up at all. The new releases is from my shop. It was a custom I made for Anna that I made one for myself as well, and I'm dropping everything on the floor. The Etsy symbol is from Lucinda Charlotte Designs, and these alcohol stickers, as I just alluded to, are from Sticky Acorn. I'm just waiting for that to dry. So this here is to mark my friends came down to Cambridgeshire for my sister's beer festival, so we could like have some time together and hang out. And then the box above it is going to be for the beer festival itself. It's going to be a very full little box there, which was the sticker I tried to put on the sticker below. So that is the 7th. On the 9th. I actually have 4 things to mark on the Sunday. I'm going to use this Christiane Designs at Michael's again. Little knife and fork to mark going out for a pub lunch. I'm just going to squidge that right at the top of the day. Then underneath that I'm going to pop in a Fox and Cactus game playing cat, and that will be to mark my playing one of my favourite games. Then I'm going to pop in a appointment label, birthday flag, birthday appointment label, and I'm going to stick a sticker at either side of it. The cat carrying baby is from Fox and Cactus, and the girls are from no, I'm not going to use that actually. The girls were going to be from Once More With Love, but that's just to mark chilling out with my sister and my nephew as well. On the 10th I worked on my work portfolio for my interview, because my job interview was this week. So my job interview was on the Wednesday of this week, of the 12th. So I was prepping my portfolio. On the 10th I was just doing general interview prep. So that sticker for my portfolio is from Storyline Designs. The Crafty Rat Design sticker I'm about to use is for my portfolio, and then for my interview itself I'm going to use another Diamond Print Designs stethoscope. And then after my interview I went to Wagamama's with my mum, so I'm just going to mark that in as well using a hexagon, using a classic I ate too much munchkin. It was also my granny and grandpa's wedding anniversary. and that's a Philo Fabulous heart. On the 13th, I stayed up late to prepare for nights, and I had a super productive time while I was staying up late. I mean, I did stay up till like 4 in the morning, so I had a lot of free time when other people were sleeping. So, I mean, I should have been productive in that time, you would have hoped. So I've just got a Fox and Cactus cat to say that I was exhausted, and I'm just going to mark with a Crafty Rat Designs ratty, that I was super productive there. So that's for staying up and being super productive. The 14th, I had cuddles with my nephew before I went to work, and it was also Valentine's Day. Now this one is my only clear sticker. Copious amounts of undo later, that is sort of there. It needs to stick again, but we just need to leave it to dry for a hot minute, so I'm just gonna leave that there. That went well. The Valentine's Day script is from Scribble Prince Co, and the little teddy is from Once More With Love. Oh, that was a train wreck. 15th, moving on. So on the 14th, lots of people came over to our house, so I've got a Fox and Cactus sticker to mark that, and that was because it was my grandmother's birthday next week, and there was something happened at work that I can't really talk about, you know, patient confidentiality and all that, so that's there. On the 16th, so earlier this week, this is morbid, and if it upsets you, please, and if there is a bit of a trigger warning here for suicide. Caroline Flack, who is known to many UK people, I don't know how many of my viewers are UK and how many are not, but she killed herself. It was announced on the 15th, but it only really hit home to me on the 16th. And I just want to mark that I was thinking about that on that day. What didn't help is that I was also quite worried about my car, because it had like broken down, so it was just quite a stressy day, and it sort of hit me that she died, and that, you know. So I've just got a heart from, I think it's from Nicole Alexia Designs, to mark that, and I've got a little car to mark my worry about my car. This is from Once More With Love, if you didn't know. And the weird shapey thing that I can't remember the name of right now, balloon, cloudy thing, is from Christian Designs at Michael. On the 17th, I was obviously post nights because I'd done night shifts, and I decided to like power through post night shift and not sleep. So I'm just gonna mark that. And my granny also made a stupid comment that made me really angry. I feel like I need my 17th flag so that I can make this work. So that's a Crafty Rat Designs and a sticker from Coffee Monsters Co. there. On the 18th, I Instagram vlogged the day, and I was mega productive. So for being mega productive, I'm just going to use this flat lay. Words are failing me. I'm going to cut up some of these heart checklists, because I'm not going to use them as heart checklists, but I might well use them as more bits of sticker, because I'm running a little bit low, and that's just because of the way I use these kits. I do stretch them, and I'm never going to use the functional sidebar that they come as. So I'm just going to mark in on the 18th being mega productive, and also doing the Instagram vlog. So the mega productive. You know how you like plan things and then you stick stickers down and you're like, that's not what I was going to do. So yeah, I can't remember, I can't remember where that stick's from, but that's from Handcrafted by Cherie. On the 19th, I was having a rough day and I felt like shit, basically. So I'm going to mark that. I'm just going to literally mark like shitty day, which maybe some people wouldn't mark in their planners, but I would, so whatevs. The 20th, I have lots to mark. It was my granny's birthday, not her 90th birthday. I found out I was a pointable and my grandparents moved out, as well as my family going on holiday. I don't know how I'm going to fit all that in. We'll see. So the yas is, which is how I'm marking the appointableness, is from Fox and Cactus. The balloons I'm using for my granny's birthday are from JD's Crafts, and this little dude is from Coffee Monsters Co. And I've decided to pop that there because I didn't actually see them on the morning of the 19th, so to all extent and purposes, from my point of view, they moved out on the 18th, so I'm just gonna pretend that was actually the case when it wasn't. And mark her birthday in there. Oh my god, this side is still peeling. Stupid undo, like dry. It's still like wet through, that's why. Dry. 21st, I had a teaching day at the hospital, but it was a super it was a GMC teaching day. So yeah, and also the other thing to mark is that we had a really nice date night. So that's there. The date night scripts from Strawberry Lime Designs. This is from Toffee Bananas, and that's from Crafty Rat Designs. I feel like I'm just not very good at telling you while I go on along with things. On the 22nd, I want to mark lying in. I want to mark watching. I'm going to mark lying in with a sleeping pillow from Fox and Cactus. I'm going to mark watching you, the TV show, with this little TV from Plannerface but not the kit. And I'm going to mark trying to do my rankings for jobs with this one here. The 24th, I was back on nights, so the 23rd I stayed up late again to adjust to nights, and I did a load of memory planning while I was doing that. So I'm going to mark the memory planning using a flat lay from Toffee Bananas, and I'm going to mark staying up late with a sleepy guy from Once More With Love. They're the words I'm looking for. Why do I find words so hard sometimes? I just like really struggle to get them out, and I feel like it's just me being an oddball, but it definitely happens. On the 23rd, my boyfriend had his interview and I did a ridiculously long work shift, 16-hour work shift. So I did the evening and then the night on call. But it was also like a busy night shift and it was really frustrating. So we had 7 new admissions in psychiatry, which is like unheard of in one night. The next day my grandmother went back into hospital, so she went home. She managed 4 days at home with my auntie and then went back into hospital. That's all I'm saying. So the fox is from Fox and Cactus, the stethoscope is from Handcrafted by Cherie, the glasses are from Coffee Monsters Co. This Shrove Tuesday script is from my shop, and this cat I'm about to put in is also from my shop, but that won't ever be in the shop. The 26th was Ash Wednesday, and I also started to design my own kits on that day. I'd never done that before, but there was some artwork really old artwork that I really loved, but nobody obviously still had it because it was so old, and I wanted it, kit with it, so I bought the artwork and designed myself a kit with it. We actually we ate pancakes, celebrated Pancake Day, ate pancakes on the 26th, but I forgot about it and didn't fit it in, so I'm just going to put it on the next day instead, and I've just got a toffee banana flat laid to mark that. The girl I'd used for designing is from Planning by Miss Eve. The Ash Wednesday script is mine, and the design script is also mine. On the 27th I was post nights, and I decided to try and again stay awake after nights, and we also had our last date night of the month. I feel like this was a month of a lot of date nights. Just a lot of stuff. Like, look how full this whole month is. I did a lot in February. It was a busy month. No wonder it like flew by, because I don't know about anybody else, right, but January felt like it took forever, and then February flew by. I literally don't know how that happened, but it did. So we had a nice chill date night with a sticker from Crafty Art Designs, and I tried to stay awake using a sticker from Fox and Cactus, but I feel like I just said Fox and Cactus. I'm so confused by myself. Those two stickers are from Fox and Cactus and Crafty Art Designs. That's all there is to say. 28, my last day to talk about. My mum was home, and I had a mega productive day. That's not how I want to mark this. And that is all of the stickers, like the main stickers of the spread down. We have the day cover-ups, but honestly, this month was so busy, there's only like space for one or two. So, I don't really know what to do about that. I really want to use this girl here. I don't know whether to try and like pull this. Yeah, I'm gonna pull that way. Try and peel up my interview sticker. Put that there so that I can pop another one down here. That's just going to go like that. The remaining boxes, I'm going to go away and I'm going to kiss cut some of the items and going to use them along here as deco, and maybe like in a couple of spaces with some washi. So let's pop some washi down. Because there's not much space, I am actually only going to use the 3 washes I've already used in the spread elsewhere, because otherwise there's not going to be any space for anything really. So I'm popping this washi down. While I'm popping this down, I want to ask you guys, like, do your months ever seem like one month they fly by and the month before that it was like super quiet and nothing seemed to be going on, and then another month it's like all systems go and you don't have a second to think to yourself? Because that's what February felt like. January, I felt on top of my game. I felt like I was getting loads of stuff done. I was being super productive. February came along and I was like, what's my name? So yeah. Okay, so I'm back. I'm gonna now I've kiss cut all of those little like decorative boxes, so I'm gonna pop them down, fold out the washi strips, I'm gonna put them down. I've got these foiled hearts, tinies, and the date dots, and I'm gonna write everything in. So while I am doing this, what I want to know from you guys, or what I want to chat about with you guys for a second, is I want to chat about, I've literally already forgotten, what you are doing with the dashboard pages in the Erin Condren if you are memory planning, because I know what to do with them in my pre-planning, but in my memory planning I just don't have a use for them at the minute, and I've always struggled with them a little bit. At one point I stuck in things like cards and stuff like that, but I just don't feel like that's something I get. Like, I don't get cards some months, so how am I meant to stick them in when I don't have any? So I don't really know what to do with them, but I really want to make use of them because they're pages in my planner and I don't want to just stick them together. But I'm thinking of putting like photographs from the month on one of the pages and any like events and stuff that I went to. But I don't always go to events and stuff, so it's a bit hard and I'm not really sure what I'm going to do. And I just wanted you guys to let me know down below if you do anything with those pages, what you do with them. So there we have the finished spread. Is it a bit extra with all the foil? Absolutely. Do I love it anyway? Absolutely. This is annoying me that it's not like worked, but Undo does that sometimes. So here's what's left in the kit. Very little because I used a lot this month. So there's the headers and the icons, as well as the bulges and payday and payday off flags, Monday, Sunday start strips, and the holidays. That is it. Like, there is nothing left. I really like fully use this, and you can tell looking at this spread. I feel like this little gap is a bit empty, and I'm gonna just run. I don't normally do this, but I'm just gonna run this 5mm washi down here. I still feel like that's too like low, not low enough. But I feel like 10mm is gonna be too thick. Hold please. I'm not sure whether I prefer that, but it just brings the rest of the spread all together. And that is everything I have for you. I've told you where everything's from as we went along. If you missed anything, let me down below. Let me know what you think of this spread, and I hope to see you next time. Yeah, I'm loving this spread. It's so pretty. Oh, I love it. It was such a good month. I mean, it was hard, but it was a good month and it flew by. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye!